Okay, Love is Blind season 2 is back with a tell all, and of course, the host of the show had to talk about the spleen. Now, our first couple that we got to see was Carl and Sharova. The distance between these two spoke volumes, okay? Now, of course, we were then showed a clip of what happened between these two ever since they got married. And it does seem like they spend a little time together. Sharova even went to spend Christmas with Carl. Now, when Sharova was asked, how is marriage life? Sharova replied, what's marriage? I was like, no, what do you mean? And indeed, it was revealed that shortly after Carl and Sharova got married, they separated and they called off, or rather divorced. Yeah, they called off the whole thing. And Carl indeed broke up with Sharova, which came as a huge shock to me. And I'm sure to most of us, honestly, because these two seemed like they were a good, perfect couple. I honestly don't know what went wrong. And I'm like, what? And even when Carl explained, he did say that he just felt like he lost the spark. I mean, it's Sarova who told us that Carl lost the spark. This is what Carl told Sharova. I'm so sorry for confusing you all. But this is what Carl told Sharova, that he's not there anymore. He lost the spark, of which it happens, It seems to me Carl quickly got over the honeymoon phase and reality hits that he's a married man now, and it's not what he wanted, it's not what he did not want to get married to Sharova. Perhaps he wanted to get married to his usual type, which is white British girls. Yeah, but Sharova does tell us that Carl was cold, and really she herself, she didn't get much explanation why he is ending their marriage. And she does say that she guesses that she will never get closure, and she wishes that Carl just said no in the altar, because it makes no sense that he said yes and really end their marriage within 3 months of marriage. Of course, Carl, for me, he failed to explain his side of the story. Honestly, I did not hear what he said. Is he scared of commitment? He can't commit? What exactly Carl said, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you, because I honestly did not get his side of the story. It was just not right for him. He didn't want to stay married, and therefore he called the whole thing off. I am sad for Sharova. Up next, let's talk about Jed and Bad. Honestly, I do not want to talk about this too, simply because Bad did say in her Instagram stories that she will not be talking about the exact reason that made her to say no at the altar. So for those reasons, or for that reason, honestly, I choose not to touch on them as well, because we really don't know what happened between these two. We do not know. We can only assume that Bada said no based on the dinner bill, and which she did come on Instagram and disputed and said, no, it was not only the dinner bill that made me to say no. There were other issues. What are those issues, Bada? We want to know, okay? And now here they come and they tell us that they've been together for 3 weeks after the show stopped filming. Their relationship lasted for 3 weeks and it's ended because Jed told Bada to remove the ring, and then the ring became an issue. And it was just a lot of things. Listen, I don't believe that these two were ever even in love, because I don't know why they broke up, and they were never honest with us. They did not tell us why they broke up. Like, I honestly, between these two, I am so glad that they didn't get married. Obviously, they were not a perfect match. And the fact that they are so secretive about their issues, yes, we were watching their journey, we were watching them fall in love, and we were rooting for them, and they think they don't owe us an explanation. I'm like, ma'am, say, you do. We were invested in your relationship. Like, you do, okay? So yeah, it is what it is. They stayed together, or they dated for like 3 weeks after the show stopped filming, and things didn't work out. They had an argument about the ring, because Bada decided to keep the ring on, and the ring became an issue for Jed. And I don't know, it's a lot. But one thing that we know for sure is that Bada moved to Dubai, and baby girl have a new banging body. It is called Revenge Body, okay? We are very much happy for Bada, and I do wish her the best. And Chad as well, because at this point, I don't know if Chad is a bad guy. I really don't. They chose not to air their dirty laundry. So I really don't know what happened between these two. And honestly, I'm quite bored right now. So bye. Up next, we have Ashley and Billy. Sadly, their marriage also did not work out. In fact, when they explained it, they say their story of breaking up is close to Carl and Shova. So yeah, and it also happens that Bill and Carl are best friends. We saw them in the show where Billy was asking advice from Carl. So yes, they broke up soon after 3 months, and at this point we really don't know what was the issue. Was it food? Because they were asked, was food rather an issue in your relationship? Billy said no, food was not an issue. Food was definitely not an issue in our relationship. I'm like, okay, was Ashley's job an issue then? Because you did say that Ashley's job could be an issue for you. I'm sorry if you heard that noise, was actually my washing machine. So I don't know, at some point he said that he lost the spark. Okay, he lost the spark, and they actually got into an argument. Like, they argued. You can tell that Ashley was quite invested in the relationship, and she was very much disappointed that the relationship did not work out, and they got into an argument. And at some point I was very much uncomfortable watching, because I was like, okay, you guys have been broken up for like months now, why are you arguing now? But then I understand, because Ashley needed closure, because she honestly just did not understand how things ended between her and Billy. Yeah, guys, I think we were all surprised when they actually got married. When they initially got married, I was surprised. Okay, these two should have never even considered marriage. Ashley herself did admit that she wishes that Billy said no. It's the altar, which I was shocked when Billy said yes. I was like, like, I was so shocked. And of course, up next, we have Javen and Katisha. I must say that Javen was the worst dresser of the whole night. Now, Katisha did own up to her decision and said that at the time, she honestly just had more connection, or more strong connection with Javen, and she does not regret her decision. I'm like, good for you, babe. Good for you. A year later, you look back and you're like, listen, I do not regret my decision, okay? Now, of course, with these two, there is a biggest elephant in the room, and that is Javen flirting with Sophia. Well, I guess Javen kind of did take ownership and accountability that yes, in the bar at the mixer, he was flirting, as much as he's like, no, really, we're just joking around, but I'm just like, okay, but we saw you guys flirting. We saw you guys flirting, okay? And Sophie as well, she just kind of apologized. So yes, Sophie did kind of apologized as well, and she does admit that yes, the conversation looked a bit flirtatious, but most of it was just jokingly, okay. But Katisha was not having him let go easily. She was just like, baby girl, put yourself in my shoes, okay? You are married and you see a girl flirting with your husband, how would you feel? And she was like, 100%, it was wrong. Okay, I'm not justifying it. Katisha also apologized in a way for coming for Sophie, saying that, listen, she was married to Javen and not to Sophie. She shouldn't have came for Sophie. Now, guys, of course, the photo booth. Okay, the photo booths. We have to talk about it. It's something that we have to talk about. Was there a curtain or there wasn't a curtain in the photo booths? And we find out that there was actually no curtain. There was no curtain. And what Javen was saying, it was 100% the truth. Her and Sophie got into an argument. They were arguing about something of which I am intrigued. I'm intrigued. I want to know what were they arguing about. Like, what business does Javen have with Sophie that they would legit get into an argument? Like, what were you all arguing about? Okay, like, it still looks bad. However, I wish Megan would have apologized and admits that perhaps she exaggerated the situation. Okay, this whole thing between Sophie, Javen, and Javen with the other ladies was a bit exaggerated. I feel like Megan, it's where she could have just stepped in and owned that. But she couldn't. She was just like, I am standing by my words. I saw what I saw. I said what I said. It is what it is. I'm like, wow, babe. But anyway, whatever that Megan said, it wasn't going to change an outcome between Javen and Katisha. Those two were just not a good match. They were not a good match. They were never going to get married. Their marriage was never going to last. It is what it is. Well, up next, we have our final couple, Megan and Kieran. And of course, they got married and they stayed married. Oh, finally, we have a successful couple from Love is Blind, UK season 2. Oh, when I get time, I still want to go and watch this who fell in love. Of course, we have Sophie because Sophie is a part of their story. Now, back in the pods, Kieran did had two connections, which was Sophie and Megan. He ended up going for Megan, which was a great choice for him. He felt like Sophie couldn't open up to him. However, when Sophie was asked that did this experiment change her or was it good for her, she did admit that yes, it's helped her reconnect or reunite with her mom. We did know that Sophie shared with us in the show that she and her mom are not that close anymore because her mom chose her former boyfriend over her. And she does say that even though The experiment did not help her find her husband. She is very much happy for Megan. Oh, I am happy for Megan. Megan is the girl's girl, okay? She is the girl's girl and she deserves all the love. All the love. And I kind of knew, guys. I kind of knew that these two will stay married. Did you all see how emotional Kieran was in his wedding? As soon as Megan walked down the aisle, like the tears just couldn't stop rolling out of Kieran's face. Kieran was emotional. Kieran was a crybaby, like in tears. I'm happy that their marriage is good. I wish them nothing but more and more and more and more happiness and good years together. They deserve it. So there you have it. Okay, so now you have to answer the question: is love is blind? Is love is blind? We have a successful couple, Megan and Kieran. Megan and Kieran, they are the successful couple this season. Now, of course, there will be possibility of season 3. One thing that I will say about Love is Blind UK, they honestly seem genuine. There's people who come to this show, except Javen this season. This season is except Javen. All of them, they came looking for love in a way, but I'm questioning Carl's intention and Jed, obviously, because when it comes to Bad and Jed, I don't even want to talk about them because I honestly don't know what happened between those two. But however, I honestly think Love is Blind UK featured people who are honestly looking for love. Love is Blind US, questionable. Very much questionable, okay? Anyway, guys, I will see you on the next one. And cheers to season 2, Love is Blind UK. We are looking forward to season 3, baby.